Elijah's persistent prayer for the widow's son's life to be restored demonstrates the power of intercession and faith in God's ability to perform miracles. If you agree with this statement, click the like button and comment on this statement by letting us know. His prayer was not a simple request, but an earnest plea that revealed his deep trust in God's power to raise the dead. When the widow's son fell ill and died, the situation seemed beyond hope. Faced with the devastation of the widow, Elijah didn't accept the boy's death as final. Instead, he turned to God with a bold and fervent prayer, believing that the God he served had the power to reverse the irreversible, death itself. Elijah's prayer wasn't a casual request or a routine petition. It was an intense, heartfelt plea that came from his deep connection with God. He stretched himself out over the boy 3 times, symbolizing his persistence and his willingness to be fully involved in seeking the boy's restoration. This act of stretching himself over the child mirrored his spiritual posture, completely dependent on God, pleading for his intervention. What's remarkable about Elijah's prayer is not just its intensity, but its confidence in God's ability to do the impossible. Elijah had seen God provide miraculously through the flour and oil, but now he was asking for something far greater: resurrection. His prayer revealed his absolute trust in the power and compassion of God. He believed that the God who created life could restore it, and he wasn't afraid to ask for a miracle, no matter how improbable it seemed. This moment also teaches us about the nature of intercession. Elijah didn't pray for himself. He was standing in the gap for the widow and her son. He took on the burden of their pain and loss, bringing it before God with faith that the outcome could change. It highlights how powerful it is to intercede on behalf of others, to come before God not only for our own needs, but also for the needs of those around us. Elijah's persistent prayer challenges believers today to approach God with the same level of boldness and faith. It shows that prayer is not just about asking for small, manageable solutions. It's about bringing our greatest needs and even our most impossible situations before God, trusting that He is able to do what we cannot. Sometimes God's answers require persistence, like Elijah's threefold prayer, showing us that we must keep praying even when the answer isn't immediate. In this story, God responded to Elijah's prayer by raising the boy to life, a miracle that affirmed God's power over life and death and validated Elijah as a true prophet. This miraculous act strengthened the faith of the widow, confirming that Elijah's God was real and powerful. For us, Elijah's prayer demonstrates that there is no situation too difficult for God to handle. Whether it's physical healing, emotional restoration, or spiritual renewal, God invites us to pray with faith and persistence, believing that He hears and answers our prayers. This story serves as a reminder that God honors faith-filled intercession, and that through prayer, we can see miraculous breakthroughs, even in the most impossible circumstances.